All right, in the second part, we're going to look at solving systems using the substitution method. Basically, the idea with this section is you want to get one of your equations to be y equals something or x equals something, so you can plug that or substitute that into the other equation. So there's 3 levels of questions. So I have an example from each section you're going to see in Delta Math. But level 1, you're going to have y equals 6x, y equals. So one thing you can do is if I know y equals 6x, anywhere I see a y in the second equation, I can replace it with 6x. So basically, I can replace this y here with 6x. So if I rewrite that, I would have 6x equals negative 4x minus 50. And now this is an equation I want to solve. Let's just move this just in case it's in the way. So I could add the 50. Sorry, no, I don't want to add the, sorry. We want to get the x's to one side, the constants to the other. So I'm going to add the 4x to the other side. So I have just x's on my left side. Because if I do that, I would have 6 plus 4 is 10x. That would cancel, and I would just have negative 50. So then I want to solve this, so I would just get rid of that 10, you would divide, and that would be negative 5. Your answer over here, it's always, remember, it's your ordered pair, it's going to be x and y, so negative 5 is my x answer. And now I got to find my y. So to get my y, I can plug this x value back into either one of these original equations. In my opinion, the top one looks a little bit easier to plug it into, but if I plug in negative 5 for x, I would just have 6 times negative 5. If I just plug that in or multiply that out, that would be negative 30. So that would be my answer. So just remember, when you put in your answers, the x is always going to go in the first box. The y is always going to go in the second box. Sometimes when you're solving these, you might get your y answer first, and then you'll have to find your x answer. So just pay attention. It always goes x and y when you plug in your answers, though. So that's what level 1 will kind of look like. Level 2, you're going to have something more like this. So like I said, remember, you're always looking for an equation that's y equals something or x equals something. You want one of the variables by itself. So in this case, I have x by itself. So anywhere, so in the top equation, anywhere where I see an x, I can replace it with a y plus 5. So in this x up here, I can substitute in y plus 5. So if I rewrite this top equation, I'm going to have negative 4. But instead of putting that x, I'm going to replace it with y plus 5. And then plus 7y equals negative 41. And now we want to solve this. So let me just move my camera in case this is in the way. I'm sorry. So we're just going to distribute. So that would be negative 4y. Negative 4 times 5 would be minus 20. Bring down the plus 7y. On the right side, we're still just going to have negative 41. We can combine like terms because they're on the same side. So if you just combine negative 4y plus 7y, like negative 4 plus 7 is positive 3. So we have 3y minus 20. And now we can just solve this equation. So add the 20. Put that in a calculator. Negative 41 plus 20 would be negative 21. Divide by 3. You'll get y is negative 7. Remember, your answers always go x and y. So that's the second answer we just found is negative 7. So then we can take this answer we just got, and we can plug it into either one of our equations, but you usually want to plug it into the equation that you had by itself, like x equals something. So I would plug it into this bottom equation. So you would just have x equals and then just replace the y. So you'd have negative 7 plus 5. If you just put this in your calculator, negative 7 plus 5 would be negative 2. And that would be your first answer. So once you get one of your answers, you plug it back into either of the original equations to get the second variable. Let's look at one more. So you have y equals in the bottom equation. So anywhere I see a y in the top equation, I can replace it with 2x. So I'm going to replace that y up in the top equation. So if I just rewrite that top equation, you're going to have negative 7x plus 5 instead of x, instead of y, I'm going to put in 2x in place of that y. And now we just need to kind of work this out. So 5 times 2x would be 10x. Since these x's are on the same side, you can combine like terms. Negative 7 plus 10 would be positive 3. So you have 3x. So then just divide by 3. You'll get negative 9. So that's your x. Remember, it always goes x and y. So that's going to be your first answer. So then we can plug it into this bottom equation to solve for our y. So we would have y equals 2 times negative 9. If you work that out, that would be negative 18. That's going to be kind of how substitution is going to look like.